you blend Fuji into gospel?
For people of my side to be claiming that they love Jesus,
Right.
I'm a living testimony.
Right.
And I grew up from a Muslim background. I went to a school in Ibadan called Izubulai Aligali, and they taught me a few things. The way they chant, the way they sing. Fuji is even all the music in Nigeria was extracted from Fuji. If you go and look at, I don't want to mention names because I've run into trouble before mentioning other artists' names. But if you listen to their song, all of them, they stole one or two things from Fuji. You know what happened to Mobile? That Mobile was saying people were following him, they were chasing him. A lot of people were after me.
Oh wow.
Physically, spiritually. Honestly, see, I know I can count how many times people approached me to come and to have a chat. That Fuji artist wasn't meant for me, but it was given to me. I don't know, by mistake, by default, by divine,
by destiny.
By destiny.
Yeah.
But that exposed me to a lot of battles.
Wow.
Other Fuji artists sees me and they think I'm pompous, they think I'm arrogant. People that don't know me, they don't even know how I operate. All I will say to whoever that have stepped on their toes, please, I'm sorry. Whether what I've said in the past, what I did, knowingly or unknowingly, sincere my apology. This is my sincere apology. I'm sorry. At that time, I was young. Look at the unity of just one good wedding. Igbo did not know that they were Igbos anymore.
Davido's marriage.
Hausa did not know their Hausa again. Everybody were united. Wow. That means what the problem we have in Nigeria is unity.
Is unity. True.
Let's kick tribalism out.
True.
In Nigeria, we are fighting tribalism. In America, they are fighting racists.
True.
Abuse was a normal thing for us in Africa. I didn't know it was an abuse until I started living in the States. Discipline your child that we think it's we are discipline, you are correcting them. Here is an abuse.
Music is a universal language that connects people in different forms with various genres. Just like people have genres they prefer, artists have put themselves in specific genres. Some artists have been able to break the barriers of genres to give us a fusion of different styles. Our guest today on the Adietalk show is one of those. He fused Fuji and hip-hop in gospel music space. His impact remains to today. And we will dive into his career, which has spanned across continent for about 2 decades.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Wonderful.
In the heart of New York.
Yes, yes. This is the Big Apple.
Yes. Honestly, when I got into traffic, I was like, okay, we're going. This is New York, yeah. And if you want to try your driving skills, you need to come to New York.
To New York to try
and show yourself, you know. And a tip before we move away from here, if you're in New York, in America, green light in some states, a red light, you can make a right. Please do not turn on right in New York. You know, our police just like, I'll let you go, but I see you are from out of state. So don't make that mistake again.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. I know that New York has these stringent rules that we must abide. But fortunately for us here, this is the city of New Rochelle. We can actually make it right, you know. But with the exception of where it says, do not turn.
Yes, yes, yes.
And also, you also mentioned about the traffic.
Yes.
Usually that's what welcomes you to New York, is the traffic.
Yeah.
Is to say, hello,
yes.
welcome to New York.
Crazy traffic, just like Lagos. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Dekunle, now that you're here with us in the studio, it's wonderful to actually see you here in person.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little, background, just a brief background about yourself?
My name is Michael Adekunle. I'm from Washington State, in Ikwetu, to be precise now. But I move around a lot, right from my younger days, because when you lose your dad at the age of 7, 6,
Wow.
you are at the mercy of uncles, aunties, family,
correct.
relatives, and I wasn't just a regular child. I was very, very tough.
Wow.
As in, when I say tough,
As they say, stubborn in
stubborn.
Nigeria. Right?
I was not. I was not that easy to deal with. With my little self, people don't believe that when I say I don't smoke, because of the kind of people that I've mingled with, mixed
Wow.
with. Cigarette wasn't just a thing, because my mom, my grandma, we always made it clear to me that the day she mistakenly found a leftover cigar in my pocket. Oh my God, she didn't know the difference between cigar and weed.
And weed.
In Nigeria, we call it bush.
Okay.
Igbo.
Igbo, okay, yes, Igbo.
She just screamed out, "Oh, this is how you want to compensate me." And do you know that in Africa, every passerby will help your family to discipline
To
you.
discipline your child, that's correct.
So abuse was a normal thing for us in Africa. I didn't know it was an abuse until I started living in the States. Discipline your child, that we think it's we are disciplining, you are correcting them. Here is an abuse.
Yeah.
So I went through a lot, and I didn't know God was preparing me for the journey ahead.
Wow.
And my dad said something jokingly, and she said, "I'm going on a journey. I might say I will come back tomorrow, and it might be longer." Some people like that, they speak in parables. And I didn't understand that my dad was going to a point of no return. And thank God, he was the first person that gave me an idea of who Jesus Christ is.
Wow.
And he said the journey will be tough, but with God,
Right.
all things are possible.
True.
And when people are talking about, everybody talks about God. Few people talk about Jesus. And he said in Yoruba, Jesu Gan Gan. It's the only Jesus that will tell you, and he said, "Go." And when he said go, he's solidly behind you.
True.
Let them be throwing whatever it is to you.
True.
So my growing up was really tough. But I thank God, because like fathers, this recent Father's Day that just passed away, I was saying hello to a lot of fathers. Not people that can give birth to me. People that are like 5, 6 years older than me, but they played a fatherly role in my life when I was growing up.
Right.
So my growing up was really tough.
Right.
And I'll tell you something. If you ask me again, because entertainment is not just an entertainment word that you see like that.
True.
It's deeper than that.
True.
Forget about what you see. Some people are saying, you see me wearing my agbada and everything. A lot of people have things under the agbada.
True.
That they use this costume
Wow.
to hide.
Wow.
So I just thank God, and I always say to whoever cares to listen, I've come this far with Jesus, no going back.
No going back, yes.
I've been through,
yes.
I've walked through the valley of shadow of death.
Yeah.
I fear no evil.
That's correct.
I've
So
been
let
through.
me let me ask you, Dekunle. I also understand that you were born into a royal family.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
My dad was the king of Ikpetumodu.
Ikpetumodu.
Yeah,
okay.
very close to Ile-Ife. But
And which states is that?
Osun State,
Osun
in Osun State.
Okay.
I don't like to talk about it because at the time in my life, there was nothing royal around me. There was nothing like a honor around me. But now I can talk about it,
Right.
because that same Jesus has taken me
that
through.
royal-
Yeah,
that royalty.
he's the king of all kings.
Yes, yes.
And he's the one that can kill and make alive.
Right.
And that's why I always tell people, my dad was an earthly king, but now my great father is a father. He's a father to all kings. He's the one that that decide who to be the king and who will not. So I don't really talk more about my earthly father, but there is no way I will not give him his flowers,
That's
because he told me, he made the first introduction, and he said to me, the journey ahead is tough,
Wow.
but with Jesus,
It's possible.
it's possible.
That's correct. And tell us a little bit about your university life. I understand you went to the
University of Lagos. Yeah, actually, the guy that connected me with you, I realized that when I was rounding up, he was just coming in,
Wow.
and he was telling me, you just don't, you are not friendly. I said, no, it's not that I'm not friendly. But people come to you as an entertainer. People have different motives why they are closer to you. Some people are there to bring you down. So everybody is a suspect until after proving that this is a friend. Right. So I went to Unilag. I want to thank God for people that God used to put me through.
Right. And what did you study?
I studied theater art.
Okay.
And actually, Pastor Bimbo, late Pastor Bimbo, called me one day, and she said, Dekunle, you have a very bright future. I don't want anybody to think that you drop out. That's why you end up doing, because my kind of music, genre of music, is mainly Fuji. They think it's for layabout.
And I also wanted to ask you, how did you blend
Fuji into gospel? See, I kept when my dad passed away, I grew up with my grandma. My grandma, she's a Muslim. And even my mom was a Muslim before she passed away. But a bit now, before she passed away, she knows Jesus. And she will always tell me, don't come here with bragadoing me like Mo Like Jesu Gan. We all love Jesus. So for people of my side to be claiming that they love Jesus,
right,
I'm a living testimony.
Right.
And I grew up from a Muslim background. I went to a school in Ibadan called Izubulai Aligali. And they taught me a few things. The way they chant, the way they sing. Fuji is even all the music in Nigeria was extracted from Fuji. If you go and look at, I don't want to mention names because I've run into trouble before mentioning other artists' names. But if you listen to their song, right, all of them, they stole one or two things from Fuji. Right.
And
so I realized that
in 2000, the year 2000, the song Mo
Like Jesu Gan. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That was a song that I always tell people, where you're going in life, you need somebody that can interpret your vision, your dream.
That's correct.
When you have a dream, your dream is not the way you say it. You need people have given wisdom, knowledge to. I met a guy when I was in University of Lagos. Okay. Kobams Asuko. A gifted young man. Kobam can transform anything, any sound into anything. Wow. So I've been seeing him, the way he would listen and record voices on his laptop, the way he would, So when I was trying to record Mo Like Jesu Gan, I approached him. He can be very busy. And for you to work with Kobam, it can be very frustrating. You have to have patience. And guess what? Not just that. Right. You need to have money. Don't go speak to him, no matter how good idea. If you don't have the money, he will tell you, I have family. I don't tell them story to feed them. Right. So I spoke to him about the song. He bought the idea, but now to record, one, I didn't have the cash. Wow. And I needed 70,000, just 70,000 at that time. At that time. Yes.
And this is 2000.
We were talking about it from 2000. We did not get it done until about 2005.
Wow.
Yeah, for you to know that money answered all things.
So
yes, I went to other places where they could record for me for 5,000, 3,000. We recorded something.
But it wasn't.
It was not what, So I went back to Kobams to go and say, hey, see, after you did not have my time, look at what I came up with. They were like, oh my God, DK, you don't mess up this song. Okay, what do you have to offer? And he asked me, can you pay part payment? Luckily that time, I started making some changes. Okay. I paid 50,000 naira down. Do you know that we went to the studio in less than 45 minutes? Everything was recorded down. Wow. And he said, who do you want to put on it? And I thought about Ikechukwu. Wow. Ikechukwu is somebody that I would never forget. I was going to the studio, I don't think you will remember, the car broke down. Wow. With Femi Jacobs in the car. Wow. I was driving a car called 505. Peugeot.
The Peugeot then.
Ikechukwu singularly came out of the car and he said, Dekunle, sit down, don't come out. He was pushing the car. Wow. And do you know, if not for that boy that day, there is no way we would have made it down to Kobam's, because Kobam was traveling out of the country. Wow. And that was how we got that song recorded. And God sent, I always said to people, Angels don't have feathers anymore. It's human being that God will.
To go through human
yes.
being. Yes.
So honestly, that was how everybody played their part. Femi Jacobs was giving me ideas. Oh, I want this here. He was not supposed to be part of the song.
Right.
He was a friend of mine, but that person couldn't make it. That was how he took that spot, and the rest is history.
Right.
And I spoke to about few other producers, but they could not interpret that song just like that. And that's why I always tell people, even a lot of us that we are getting married now, the reason why we got it wrong is because we picked people, we judge by
the wrong person.
Yes. We saw people's faces and we're like, oh my God, this is how I want it. No.
You saw the outward beauty.
Yeah. And you think, So honestly, from now till eternity, I'm grateful to Jesus for one thing, that he brought those people into my life.
So Dekunle, in 2008, he had an award.
Yes.
The Nigerian
Entertainment
award for Fuji artists. But this is an award that you unfortunately regretted not having.
I regretted it. You know what happened to Mohbad? That Mohbad was saying people were following him, they were chasing him. A lot of people were after me.
Oh wow.
Physically, spiritually. Honestly, see, I know I can count how many times people approached me to come and to have a chat. In Nigeria, to have a chat, to talk, a dialogue. Because the best Fuji artist wasn't meant for me, but it was given to me. I don't know, by mistake, by default, maybe by divine,
by destiny.
By destiny, but that exposed me to a lot of battles.
Wow.
Other Fuji artists sees me and they think I'm pompous, they think I'm arrogant. People that don't know me, they don't even know how I operate. But do you know that a star can be starstruck too? When you see somebody that you've been listening to since you were a child sitting down with you, you don't even know how to process it to start with. I got closer to a lot of people and I realized that some people just look at me and they hated me with a passion.
Wow.
Like, I've seen
just the appearance
Just
alone.
the appearance alone.
It's possible.
And I started praying to God. I said, God, I lost confidence physically, spiritually, emotionally, even musically. And I always tell people, I'm not a musician. I'm not good musically.
So did that lead to your loss of memory? Because
see, when you are under attack, when you are facing a spiritual attack, arrow comes from different angles. But don't forget, I've declared my love for Jesus. Mo Like Jesu Gan. I really love Jesus Christ to death.
Wow.
And he showed up for me. Honestly, there was a time I have to leave Nigeria. I was staying in the Republic of Benin for a very long time. But people didn't know they have to run away.
Wow.
Do you know that award today? Don't ask me where that award is. I went to a church, I put it on the altar, and I walked away. Yes. Wow. Because that award is not for Dekunle. It's meant for God.
Wow.
And that's why I did what I have to do. Because I went through a lot. So I just want everybody out there to know, when an artist is telling you, I'm going through a lot, they don't talk because they don't know who to trust. They
kind of internalize.
Yes, but honestly, I could relate with Mohbad.
Wow.
Honestly, I could relate with Mohbad because I went through this.
Which is quite an unfortunate.
Yes.
With such a talented,
gifted. Future. See, let me tell you, a talent is different. When you are gifted, it's divine.
Correct.
You can learn something and master it. But when God gives it to you, you don't. I don't know anything. I don't even know how to pick keys. People that knows me will tell you that.
Wow.
But we were having a chat one day. He said, "You know what I like you, Dekunle? I like the way you write your music." I said, "How?" Because I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said, "You always write your hook first." I only thought hook is only when you are catching a fish. I didn't know there is a hook in music.
To hook.
To get people. That's what people
attention. Yes.
When he said that to me, I noted it. And since that way, I've been writing my song pattern like that.
Wow.
So I was learning from different artists, different individuals. And somebody called me and said, okay, let me tell you what you do. When you get on the stage, you need to first pick your keys. So I was learning on the job. So I was getting better day by day. Right. But you know, Nigeria is such a gifted place where we have a lot of talent, we have a lot of gifts. There is a song I recorded with ID Kabasa. Kabasa was going back to Lagos the next day. In less than 6 hours, I gave him the song, the chorus, and he wrote all the verses. I sat down this morning and I was listening to the chorus, the verses of the song. He said, anywhere better they carry me, they go.
Oh, that song,
yes, yes.
Okay.
Anywhere my wife they carry me, they go.
Wow.
Where my husband they carry me, they go. Anywhere my wife they carry me, they go.
Wow.
Oh yeah, carry me, they go. Baba carry me, they go, they go, they go. See, when you work with gifted people, that gift of them in them, God in them will rub off on you.
That's correct.
So I will never compromise money. That's why when I'm dealing with people and they say they don't have money, I walk away because you already discouraged me.
That's true. That's
So,
true. So you also started your career in Nigeria.
Yes.
So where are you permanently currently based now?
You are asking whether pastor is a Christian. Hey, everybody knows that na fish dey inside sardine. I dey America here.
Wow.
But honestly, people gave me more people gave me more support. 60% gave me support. 40% tried to discourage me. And a singer said, 70% like somebody fell on me. If 70 people are my support, leave 30 alone. Walk away. You are a winner.
Right.
People supported me from Nigeria. Wow. First of all, my mama, my spiritual, my biological mother, late my mom. She told me, they can't pull you down. They did not discover you. God discovered you, and she gave me that confidence. Then Pastor Bimbo Odukoya, and along the line, I met a family, the Muren family, Lola and Layo. Those people, I have a lot of people that they could die for me.
Wow, that's great.
And along the line, I was the first Nigerian artist to go to South Africa. I was looking for a better video.
Wow.
So I met a guy called Mayowa Adejimi. Maye. He's now an artist too.
Right.
And he supported me.
Right.
God also just have a way of sending people my way. Look at Kola Kudus, for example. He's a Muslim. And he told me, say, Baba, I don't like the way you appear with all this your shirt and I want to be in charge of your costume, everything you wear. Do you know where it is? When he told me one of my agbada cost him 350,000, I said, for what? I'm not going to use it to jump out of the plane because I call this like, yeah. But when people don't believe in what you're doing,
that's correct.
And that's why I said to Nigeria,
yes.
It's not about Muslim, it's not about religion. Religion is a scam. Let's try to love God and fear God. When you are a God-fearing person, you treat everybody the way you want to be treated.
So how long have you been in the United States now?
I've been here. I used to go like every other person, and I will make fun of my friend in New Jersey, fella. I said, fella, I can't live in America. Be careful of what you say, because you might end up, going back and eat your words. I found myself 2011, and he said, I think you need a break from Nigeria's scene. I said, you are so right. And he had encouraged me to stay. And at that time, I have 2 visas. I have visiting, and I have P3. And that was why I decided to stay. And God has prepared this table ahead of me, in front of my enemies, with rice and chicken, before you. And that table has been prepared long time ago. So when I came in, I just fitted in, and the rest is history, because life were falling for me in pleasant places.
Wonderful.
One of the things I went through that I would never forget is people judging you before they meet you.
Right.
Everybody you look like somebody that smokes a lot. I said, well, don't judge me. You can't judge a book by its cover. Some book
you have to read that book
first, And I've been to so many places where people just offer me. They wrap it because they think it's one of us.
That is part of your hobby.
And I remember a place where people were smoking weed. I have no problem with anybody doing what they do. I'm not a judgmental kind of person, because my ministry is on the streets.
Yes.
So when they now offered me, I said, oh, I'm okay. I didn't feel like that right now. And they were like, shut up, you don't know how to do this. I said, why do you say that? He said, anybody that smokes will not say the way I said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't want to offend you and I don't want to feel bad. I've never actually smoked before.
Wow.
And the guy looked at me and like, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Are you sure you're telling us the truth? Yeah.
I've been to some areas in Nigeria. They look at me and say, Befu. You know, like,
this one they say is Baba.
You know, so until people got closer to me, they realized that my book is not what the way they painted it.
True.
But I always tell people, get to know people for who they are.
Don't just make assumptions.
Don't just make assumptions.
True.
You know, especially if you go to Church of Assumption.
Church of Assumption.
Yeah, there is a Church of Assumption.
Wow. So you could have gone into secular music, but you decided to focus on gospel music.
Honestly,
given that you studied theater
yes, I did a movie with Tunde Kelani before Mo Like Jesu Gan actually exploded, and that was the movie titled Abeni. That Abeni was recorded in the Republic of Benin, and another fantastic artist that Nigeria has ever produced, Adietalk, gave me. I got an opportunity to feature on one of his hit tracks titled Fuji. And that was the time everybody thought I was going to switch lanes, like moving from gospel to secular. But do you know one thing most people don't understand? There is a song that we used to sing, I used to hear when I was growing up. He said, I know whom I believe. Mo mẹ́ni tí mo gbàgbọ́, Jésù lẹ́ni tí mo gbàgbọ́, ogun ayé kò lè yí mi lọ́kàn padà. See, when you have been with Jesus, eat with him, dine with him, do everything with him, there is no going back. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Which none of us.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but
we're not perfect.
With what I've come to know about Jesus, I would have been far gone, forgotten. Because, you know, the what entertainment threw at me was something that I didn't even know how God dusted everything off away. So I thank God because I know for sure that I know my lane. I know where I start. Do you know the worst part of it is when Christians themselves are telling you, no, you are not one of us.
Really?
Honestly, yes. I know some people that they fought me. Even they are still fighting. I know a very big artist in London. Hey, I was dating a girl that time in London.
Right.
And he kept on telling that girl, that guy is not a Christian. He's just using gospel music
to make money.
And one of the few people that I respect so much tomorrow, Pastor Soji Israel, he said, Dekunle, don't be offended. We all felt like that at the time, even me, until I got closer to you. Honestly, I'm a little bit emotional. Like when he told me that, do you know why it is for somebody to say something behind you and now confront you and say, I'm sorry, I misjudged you, but I realized that you are not like that. True. So it's not about people. You know, people at times they are like marketplace. When you listen, you'll be distracted.
It's true.
Like you judge me because of social media. Who told you social media is always right? It's a make-believe. I wear my best clothes to come on Instagram. Do you know that if I've eaten or not? The screen cannot tell you that I'm hungry. Maybe there is hunger.
Wiring
yes. But look at me now. I look like the Nigerian president. one of the top politicians. But you know, that's why they sell it make believe.
Right.
So for me, entertainment taught me. I saw Shege, but finally I was able to dodge from Shege. You know, so like the Hausa people say, Inaruaka, you know, concern me.
So how did you get your first deal of records?
I was close to Adietalk. I was close to a lot of artists. I'm actually friends with a lot of artists out there. So if you're going to do any business, I always tell people, Bible says children of the world, they know how to do their business, but the children of the kingdom, go and learn from the street. Every pastor preaching what they are preaching, they've never gone through what they are actually preaching. When I was growing up, my church, they talk a lot about no sex before marriage, no sex before marriage. Until one of the pastors lost his wife. And the pastor called me and said, Dekunle, come. can I talk to you? I said, yes, sir. Like, how do you guys cope with the single life?
Now that my wife is
gone. I said, Pastor, now when you are preaching it, when you get on the pulpit,
now you feel
you know how it feels.
when they say he that wear the shoes,
you know where
so
I'm like, if you are going to please tamper justice with mercy. Because the way you are telling us, you make us feel like we are not an obedient child of God. We want to, the mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. So honestly, it's not that easy, but with God, I believe all things are possible.
Right. And how did you feel, by your album, the way that people received it, which is the Mo Like Jesu Gan?
Before going to that, the question you asked me first.
Okay.
I recorded a song. I recorded Mo Like Jesu Gan. They started playing it, and a guy is a cinematographer in Nigeria, DJ T Tokumbo. He just called me. Where are you? This idiot Ibadan boy. I said, what happened? He said, you know that this song, we need to shoot the video. We shot the video. I was thinking that Stomp Record were going to sign me, so I just put their logo on the video, and that was how Obi Asika, they distributed the video. Honestly, DJ T decided to shoot the video. It wasn't even about money for him. He just felt like this song would be a perfect deal if we can have video to it. Right. And he did it. God used him for me. So that was how the song actually went viral.
Wow.
When a marketer will approach you, and the marketer approached me and said, I like this song. Can you give me rights to do the mass production, to marketing and do that? Right. I said, well, why not? And in entertainment, you have fame before you make money. True. It's only in America where you get the fame, the money comes already.
Money comes
yes, but in Nigeria, you will be famous, you will be riding Okada. That's why people are ready to do anything to double up.
Wow.
So the guy offered me 2,000. See, hear you now, 2,000 naira.
Wow. 2,000 naira.
I mean, sorry, 2 million naira.
2 million naira, okay.
And the 2 million naira he gave me was the beginning of another envy.
Oh my goodness.
My band boys, they had a meeting. They've given him 20 million naira.
Wow.
I only got 2 million naira. And at that time, people did not know that I did not have a place that I was staying.
Wow.
A friend, I stayed with a lot of people. I slept in different houses.
Wow.
Homeless. A lot of us, we got packaged, but you know what? Nobody knows what we're going through.
Wow.
So there was news all over the place. Oh, yes, you got 20 million. If I get 20 million, do you know what I would have done with 20 million?
Right.
So that was how my band boys gathered together. There was a fight, but they forget that for me to make it big, I need to have a place I can call a place of my own. So I got a place. In Nigeria then, an apartment is 350, 400. When you pay 2 years rent, you furnish the house, you do everything. The marketer promised me more money. But I didn't see
the money.
And then
so going forward, which Nigerian artists have you bonded with and also enjoy working with?
Honestly, I always tell you, don't judge anybody from afar.
Okay.
Because when you behave like a Pharisee, you always see things from afar, and that picture will never be clear to you.
True.
I have a lot of Nigerian artists are beautiful people. There is no one that I've met that have anything negative to say about them.
Wow.
Honestly, Rugged Man, Lexidu, me and Rugged Man, we didn't get along until Lexidu decided to introduce us together. Rugged Man was the one promoting my latest song now, that I titled Mo Like. So we see each other from afar, and we draw a conclusion that, oh, this person is nasty, this person is funny. It's because you are like that. That's why you see people like you here, perceive them here. So like every Nigerian artist that I've seen are fantastic people. Wonderful. And now that some of them are even making it really big. Do you see how many people, how they help themselves to come to the top? True. So I believe that, I invest in human being a lot.
True. That is great. That is great. I know living in the United States is a hurdle, which we can all attest to, those of us that are here. What are some of the challenges that you have faced being here in the United States?
I have to be real with you. America will humble you.
That's correct. Bring it to your knees.
Yeah, America will humble you. Where I currently work now, at times the way my boss will come and yell at me, and I like, why will a woman be talking, disrespecting me like this? And I'm a very funny. If I respond to that, it will become a physical fight.
True.
Because most times women react with their emotions. They are not logical. They are their emotional rules.
You
them.
think?
Honestly, see, 95% of ladies will react based on their emotions. It takes only some of them that have the Spirit of God to like, you know what? I'll let it go. And America will humble you. America will, it's like coming to another institution entirely. Now I see life differently. And now I always tell you, I take this opportunity to say to whoever in the past that have offended and have stepped on your toes, please, it wasn't intentional. I don't really know.
And also, I know that America is also divided in the racial line.
I did not know that I did not know how to speak English until I got to this country. They made me realize that I have an accent. I've never heard that before in my entire life.
Wow.
In America, you have to prove yourself.
You have to prove yourself.
And I didn't know that in America, everything is so detailed. I didn't know that a road that where we drive has a shoulder until one day a police officer pulled me over and he said, you were driving on the shoulder. I'm like, on whose shoulder?
Which shoulder?
He said, you've been driving on the shoulder. I've been telling you I said, telling me? How? Why are you telling me? And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know that your road has shoulder. Let me go back on the chest of the shoulder. The guy said, no, it's not funny. I have to give you a warning. That was the first day I knew that a road in America has a shoulder. The second one that would never...
The law exists.
Yeah, the law exists. It's not like the way we do it in Nigeria where everybody drives like we are smoking something or something is smoking us. There is a law. You have to abide. You have to follow the law.
Right.
And you see that police respect themselves.
That's correct.
No
bribery.
You can't even do that.
You'll be arrested.
You'll be arrested for that. So because police they've respected themselves, we have no choice than to respect them.
True.
The second one that I will never forget is a place of work. You know, we Nigerians, we think your place of work is where to go and read your Bible. And you are there, you are speaking, you are talking, you know. So that's no challenge attitude, you know. And at times, where I work currently, my boss, the way she would just call me at times and shout and yell. I said, hey, now wow. How much is she? But when I realized that she's the one paying my rent,
your rent, like, okay,
I just like, you know what?
Let me take a deep breath.
You know. So America has a way of reshaping you and remodeling you
and humbling
you. Honestly, now I can tell whoever that I've offended in the past. Now I know how to talk to women better.
Wow.
Now I know how to appreciate them.
That's
now
great.
I know you are doing dishes doesn't mean your wife has used your head. It's just that you have to be part of what is going on. Now you are the husband. You just have to, that's how to communicate that you care about your family here in America. And things that men do, that's why you see a lot of men get into trouble when they relocate to this country. You know, my American experience is fun, but let's leave it like that.
Just leave it like that, right? And how hard is it getting back into music after, you know, this break that you took?
One day I was listening to Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry said he used to work at an hotel. I said, he, almighty Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was an hotel attendant, or not even janitor, or those people that cleaning the rooms and all that. And he said one day he saw Oprah walking out of one of the rooms, and he said, what? Oprah? And that was when he started saving his money and investing it into music. It was like something struck me. I just feel like, oh my God. All I do is every weekend I just go bubbling, having fun. But guess what happened? That was the day I started putting money aside. If you have money, entertainment without money Before, they have fathers that are people that, and God has blessed me. People just believe in my vision. Nice. As in, when I was in Nigeria, when I recorded this new track, somebody said, don't go back to United States without shooting this video. I was supposed to be in Nigeria for 2 weeks, but I was there for almost 3 months. And that was when I knew that without money, you don't have any plans.
There's no deal.
If you don't have, forget your plans without money. You will just be checking your plans every day. True. So I thank God that He made the provision, even when the plan was on, you know. So I'm back into it now. No turning back, no going back.
And how have you managed promoting your craft?
Man, you see that before we started, I said something to you just now. A lot of people don't know how to use the ministry of angels.
Wow.
Send them on an errand. You think the people just go out there and release songs. Do you know what the chanting they've done in where they've done it? If you can chant, we are the original chant star. When you hear people singing, praising God, what do you think the king of this world got it for? Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ ni Olúwa mi àfiré, ire lójú owó rí, ire lójú ọmọ rí, ire o, ire àìkú baálẹ̀ rẹ̀ lèmi sọsẹ́, mo dúpẹ́, Ọlọ́run mi mo bá ń dúpẹ́, ó tún ti ṣe yìí. Like God, I'm thanking you for this new song you have given me to write and to record and to be able to put it together.
Wow.
Now, the way people call demons, the way that's the way to summon the angel. Because when God is now with something, if God did not build a house, the laborer will labor in vain. No matter how much you have put into it, God still needs to bless it. And that's when you need to call on the angels. Because every day, before Jesus was born, do you know how many people that knew about his birth? Do you know how many people that before he was even conceived at all, the kingdom of darkness knew he would be coming. They were ready for him. So before you release the song, you think they do not know? They play.
So they're ready for
some people see. That's why the Bible said, why men slept. It would remain when the time you are sleeping and snoring. Some people are at work.
Wow.
They wait even praying that you will not wake up. You finally manage to get up.
But some people seem not to understand the spiritual battle.
See, it's a joke. Don't deceive yourself. You are either there or there are two sides, left or right. Where are you? Are you on the Lord's side? If you are not on the Lord's side, that means you're on the other side. See, let's call a spade a spade. You see, they said you cannot be a layman. You have to choose one. If you're going to be a pastor, be a pastor. Nowadays, that abbalists are now prophets. Pastors are now
prophesizing.
Yeah, everybody can give you prophecy, but time will tell who and who is who. So with this, what you are doing, you must be on the God's side.
That's correct.
Or be on the Lord's side.
That's correct.
And when people say God, 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 I'm telling you, there are a lot of gods.
Which one are you
There is one Jesus.
Okay.
There is one Jesus.
A lot of gods.
A lot of gods.
But
one Jesus. So where do you stand? You think I'm standing today? You think he's... So some people are still wondering. That's why the new song I just released, I titled it Holy Michael. And people always like, why is it that your song is always... It's like you are fighting people. I always tell people, you don't know what I'm dealing with.
Wow.
Please be careful of what you say to me.
Wow.
I said, tẹ́ bá lé mi títí, tẹ́ bá withdraw, ẹ máa fà tẹ́tẹ́ dí. Torí tí n bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo bá fi ìkúnlẹ̀ lé Dekunle, tí n bá lọ bínú, tẹ́ bá bí mi nínú, tí n bá pe Holy Michael, ìyẹn máa fàdá yọsẹ́. Ó yá Holy Michael wá ló dá, bàbá wá ló dá ẹ, iṣẹ́ bàbá mi mò ń ṣe, ìlú bàbá. See, I'm not just singing to entertain people. Listen very well. Because the people that are under their door, when people close doors, a lot of things are happening. They are doing things. So people are calling something. What are you calling? So you think you wake up today is because you exercised yesterday. It is not that. It is the grace of God. So I pray that the owner of the grace and the mercy should not take it away from me.
Right. So what is your view of the Nigerian music space now compared to the early days?
See, we have taken over. Forget it. You see, when you don't know where you are going and you say, let's meet somewhere, where will they meet you? Because you don't know, you don't have a destination. But right now, Nigeria, we have taken over. musically, in the entertainment world now, right now, Nigeria, they've put a stamp into it. The only thing that will mark it for us is now let us now get it politically. Then everything will be sealed.
Equal.
If everything will be fantastic. I've been to Nigeria before, and I will still go again. Nigeria is a place where people want to help you genuinely, without looking for anything and expect a return. Who wants to invest in you in America and say, God bless you?
Must have the
So unless God touches their mind before people can be moved.
Yeah.
So you have to summon your God. Entertainment in Nigeria, we are there.
Right.
See, we don't need no introduction again.
Right.
So we need just to start our own awards.
Right.
Not
And that's what I say, and that is one of the reasons for this show, is to promote
what we got, what we have. Yeah.
Promote our culture, our artists, right? Because like you said, if you don't speak for yourself, then who will?
Yes. If you don't entertain,
right.
If you don't advertise what you're selling, how will people know that's what you're selling?
That's correct.
So honestly, advertising, entertainment, don't forget, the #1 person that started is Lucifer. So he knows the craft. So for you to get it, you have to go there first, or God coming to elevate you.
Mm-hmm.
So
with the huge stride recorded by Nigerian secular artists now, did you ever nurture the thought of going secular?
Really? I have decided to follow Jesus. Dekunle, I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back.
Dekunle said he has decided to follow Jesus.
Everybody knows me all through. There is no. Somebody asked me. My cousin was asking me, how come there is always Jesus in your song? I said, that's my product. That is what I'm selling. What do you want me to sell? If you take Jesus away from me, so what will I be doing? Jesus is my product. That's what I'm selling. You know.
Right.
And no, there is no forget it. It's too late.
Right.
It's too late. I've come this far. You know, when you swim and you get to a safe land, you don't think of diving back. After all the
you
shots,
just have to continue to move forward.
Yeah. So
right.
I'm with Jesus, no going back. In the name of Jesus.
Right. So right now, what are the projects you're currently working on?
My latest album titled Savior. Savior is loading. I'm just putting 1 or 2 touches to it. Between July and August, Savior will be ready.
Of this year?
Yes. Already I'm doing promo. I'm promoting it gradually. And I've come to understand one thing. To people listening to us, when you post a song and you get 10 likes, that 10 likes is 10,000 likes.
10,000 likes and turn to 10 million.
Because a lot of people have seen what you posted, but they just did not see anything. They are called haters. They just waiting. But some people will now join the crowd, the wagon later, when they see how
it's
everything.
moving.
Yes, but don't let people's praises determine what you do.
That's
I know we are human beings. It might affect you in a bad way or a good way, but do not be moved by what you see. Do what you know how to do best.
Right.
And with God, all things are possible.
And within the right time,
God knows how.
shape.
Yes, God knows how to.
So Dekunle, if you could change anything in your career, going back to that, going back time, what would that be?
Oh my God, I look at myself in the mirror this morning. There was a time, if anybody touches my head, like, I would like, no, I can't cut my hair for nobody.
Wow.
But time will tell. When you have to fight nature, nobody will tell you that, oh boy, time don't go. Honestly, all I would say to whoever that have stepped on their toes, please, I'm sorry. Whether what I've said in the past, what I did, knowingly or unknowingly, sincere my apology. This is my sincere apology. I'm sorry. At that time, I was young. and you know, a young person will do what young people do.
Right. Now today, Dekunle is a matured man.
I'm even still learning.
Still learning.
I'm still learning. But I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Whether people of this world or any other world, I beg. Now small picking they worry me that time. I'm sorry. Now I'm learning on a daily basis. Show
Please,
me mercy.
you guys should forgive Dekunle.
Forgive me.
Okay. So how long do you intend doing music?
Music is part of my life. If you know me well, even the place of work, this is the only thing I'm struggling with now. At times, a song will just come into my head, and I will just sing. Yeah. My boss will like. I said, I'm sorry, sir.
Brother, what is going on?
So one day he went to Google my name.
Are you okay?
Yes, he Googled my name. He thought something, you know, was, and they asked me to do drug tests. So I said, oh, you're an artist? I said, yes. I said, wow, I'm so sorry. And he invited me over. I said, so you are Dekunle Fuji. So why do you call yourself Michael? I said, Michael is part of my name. But here it's better to go by Michael. Because I'm tired of people they can what? I said, don't worry. So Michael is
it's just
easier.
like my name too, Adiboy, and they call it Adibong, Adibing, and there's all kinds of nice. Okay, you know what?
I have a friend of mine is Jumbo. You know, if you know Jumbo Ann in Maryland, he's a gospel artist too. Wow. Usually doing something good back there in Maryland. When I saw Jumbo, I said, is this Jumbo's sister or Jumbo auntie? You know,
the Jumbo family.
So yes, I know it's a Jumbo too.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Honestly, you know, music is not something. If it's in you, it's in you. It's
embedded in you. Built in your DNA.
Even though you don't want to do it, once in a while, it will be doing you. This music will be doing you. Yes, once in a while.
You will not be doing the music,
but the music will be doing you. Yes.
Wow. Knowing that you're here in the United States and doing wonderful things, right? Now you're in between two worlds, basically. The Nigerian world, or the African world, right? And the American world. And we have youth all over that probably will be listening to this podcast, this interview today, right? What would be your advice to them, especially the young upcoming artists?
You know, it's so funny you said that, because I work with a lot of people with addiction. And don't let anybody pressure you to do what you do not want to do.
That's correct.
Always say no.
Follow your heart.
Follow your mind. There is always a smaller version of you inside of your heart that is telling you no. If it's no, say no. No matter who is talking to you about it, if you think it's not good, don't do it. And I always tell people, teach your children the way of the Lord. Honestly, when they
the Bible says,
yes,
of the Lord.
In them. Yes. You can buy them anything in this world, but buy them fear of God first. Because that fear of God will go with them anywhere they go.
Supersedes every other thing.
Honestly, when people used to tell me like, let's go smoke, I will hear my mom's voice.
Like, Dekunle?
Yes.
Dekunle?
Because she will always tell me, is this how you want to compensate me?
Oh.
Is this how you want to say thank you for all?
And that is always to make any child feel so guilty.
And I will feel like, oh my God. But I used to think, the day they called me and they said my mom passed away, I said what I feared most has finally happened to me.
Wow.
Honestly, I was just having a child and I said, if they call me that anything happens to my mom, because my mom used to tell people that if anything should happen to this boy, consider me dead.
Wow.
So when they told me my mom passed, it's like my world was shattered. And there's certain things I can't do again, forget about it. Because my mom used to tell me, none of my son will smoke. And I like, what? I will do anything to make my mom happy. If I can do anything for my mom.
The good prayer of a mother
goes a very long way.
Yes,
no matter what you think you can give to your kids, please give them the fear of God first. Honestly, it's the foundation.
But how do you direct them? I know the fear of God is very important, But if they want to go into music as you're doing or acting, right, what advice would you give them?
Someone like me, nobody gave me advice what to do with my life. I gave my life to God. I gave my life to Christ, and I said to him, I'm confused. I don't even know my left from my right. I put everything in his hands, and this is where he directed me to. So always commit them into the hands of God.
And he will be the director.
Always, don't make that mistake. Give your kids, direct them to God. Don't worry, God is the only one that knows what to do, because the word is in his palm.
Yes.
He knows where he knows where we're going. So I always tell people, you can't see, you want them to be a doctor. My mom asked me, when they said you were in university, I thought you were going to become a lawyer. I said, with the way my education started, from that this school there, that school there, those Igbo, how can I meet up with those people that she just started laughing? I said, you better respect yourself and let's keep our shame. Let's keep our secret.
Keep it within, right?
So give your kids, commit them into God's hands. That's the first thing. And do you know what? You need to kneel down, take your special time and pray for them.
True.
Father,
True.
help me.
True.
Because the pressure out there is real.
Oh, yeah,
see, when your friend is showing you a body's gold for $7,500, you know, and you just like, God, they're talking about dollars. Me, I don't even have
a dime.
So, and they show you this is what to go about it.
True.
You will not, your dad and your mom are not there. It is that what they've planted in your head as you are going. Your dad will be, my late mom speaks to me every day, because I will hear her voice telling me,
Sure.
Son, no, you can't do that. Is this how you want to compensate me?
Dekunle, along the line, I know that the African continent was so diverse in different ways. And in addition to that, the political ground. What would you say to our African leaders?
Leaders. Oh, see, let me tell you, our leaders are scammers. Forget about it.
They're scammers.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say. People are hungry in Nigeria, right? You are spending 90 billion naira for people to go to Hajj and go to Israel. We don't get our priority right. Use that money first. Let them bring food into Nigeria first. If you're sure that you are a good leader, you want to help the less privileged. First, they import food into Nigeria. They know we don't have leaders. First, God will give us somebody that will take us there. Because everybody has an agenda. Wow. Anybody that will come to Nigeria, you will see when that person comes in, he will do things differently but not somebody that will come in and follow the same trend, the same pattern. Look at what just happened recently. Somebody used a young man to change what they've inserted in our skull. Look at the unity of just one good wedding. So Igbo did not know that they were Igbos anymore.
Davido's marriage.
Hausa did not know their Hausa again. Everybody were united. Wow. That means what the problem we're having in Nigeria is unity.
True.
Let's kick tribalism out.
True.
In Nigeria, we are fighting tribalism. In America, they are fighting racism.
True.
Racial issue is the problem here. Tribalism is the issue. So we need to deal with it and let love reign.
That's correct.
That way, Hausa we don't know Hausa, Igbo we don't know Igbo. We all see that. So let's love ourselves. Okay. We need a leader that will love us first.
Great. So in conclusion, do you have a word for our viewers who are watching you on this program?
I just want them to know. I just want you to know, whatever you put your hands on, you can achieve it. Whatever you decide to do, with God, all things are possible. He says, seek the kingdom of God first, and every other thing shall be added. No, I don't care what you are going through. That problem you see like a problem, but don't see it like that again from today. See God, see Jesus ahead, and the rest is history. Your problem, tough time is not for weak people. Tough time is for tough people. Be tougher than what you are going through. And let me tell you, that problem will give you way. Please believe in yourself and believe in God. God bless you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much,
You're welcome, madam.
Dekunle, for having this great conversation with us on Adietalk show.
It's a pleasure.
To our viewers, thank you for watching the show. Please subscribe to the Adietalk channel. Don't forget, where there are African stories to be told, just call on us and we'll be there. Stay tuned, be kind to one another. Until next time, I love you.